Alright, so welcome to the review of Batman The Long Halloween, Part 1 and 2. For me, this movie was a masterpiece. I remember getting the first part, I believe, in March, and the second part, I believe, came out either in September or October, cannot remember, but I ended up rewatching them on HBO Max. I think they're still available on HBO Max, I'm not sure. But anyway, Batman The Long Halloween, for me, feels like they took the comic and, actually from panel to panel onto a animated movie, motion picture, if you will. Not motion, but you know what I mean? I loved what they did. They made it into a movie, and, I've seen a lot of Batman animated movies. Like, my favorite one is The Masked Phantom, and still up there. Now, The Long Halloween, I might have to give it a couple more rewatches before I really say it's up there with The Masked Phantom. But I have to say, though, this movie alone, it was amazing. There was action, the crime thrill, had a little Dark Knight feel to it. Had a little... Y'all remember the movie, I think it was Batman Year One, where they kind of basically, the whole movie was in the perspective of Jim Gordon. Well, this movie definitely, every voice actor brought their game from, Batman to the Joker to Calendar Man, the Holiday Killer, I think it was the Holiday Man, I believe that's what they called it, and, Two-Face, Harvey Dent, and then you had, like, Catwoman, I believe, who else was in it? I think Penguin it was Poison Ivy that was in it, Scarecrow, I believe, or I'm thinking of another film, but anyway, that being said, this movie overall, it felt, I got the same feeling, like, not a lot of animated movies really do it for me, but this movie, like The Masked Phantom, Planet Hulk, stuff like that, those movies, I feel like, and Into the Spider-Verse, like, if those movies, they feel so... It could have, if it was live action, it would have been just as good. Those movies are just beyond what they, are titled as. I know some people look at like animated TV shows and movies and don't put them in the same level as live action stuff like TV shows and movies or even sitcoms. But for me, this movie really hit the ball. Hit it for a home run. There was maybe some moments where it kind of dragged a little bit, but it really, at the end of the day, this movie is, I would truly recommend it, not just because it's almost Halloween, but also for the fact of, if you're a Batman fan, and if you want a great movie, even if it's animated, which it shouldn't even matter if it's animated or not, this movie is for you. I have to say, though, and also the art of this, kind of like they did with Into the Spider-Verse, where it was kind of game changing a little bit. This one as well did the same thing. It kind of felt like they literally took it out the panel and turned it into an animated movie, and it felt so crisp, so colorful. The palette of it everything about this movie I loved, and I truly recommend it, not just as a Batman fan, not as a DC, Warner Brother, whatever fan. If you're just a nerd, or just if you just want a good superhero, crime thriller movie, this is your movie. And so yeah, now you know me. Usually I do my 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5 reviews, and for a 5 out of 5, I would give this about at 4.8, and maybe for 10 out of 10, I would definitely give it a 8.9. The only reason why I'm not giving it like I feel like if I gave you a 10 out of 10 or a 5 out of 5, it would have to be everything's perfect. Now this movie, as much as I loved it, there were some parts where it felt a little like, I don't know, little dragging a little bit here and there, but it wasn't a big deal. A lot of there was small problems, a lot of picking out parts and detail what could have been issues, and it's not a big deal. That's why it's so high. So basically I would give it a 8.9 out of 10 and a 4.5 out of 5, just because for me this movie, again, I loved it very much. So yeah, but yeah, thank you for watching and listening to me give my review of Batman The Long Halloween Part 1 and Part 2. And yeah, hit the like button, comment down below your thoughts, what you thought about the movie, what's your review, what was, some of your likes and dislikes, what was hit or miss. But ultimately, out of everything else, please subscribe to the best in the business. You dig, Ryan Shred TV. Thank you for watching and listening to me.